Thanks so much for joining us here on this Friday. I'm Brooke Hash, and thanks to those of you watching on the free WHAS11 Plus app. President Donald Trump this morning says he is now considering large-scale tariffs on Russia to help end the war in Ukraine. Tariffs appear to be Trump's most used negotiating tactics early on in his second term. The president yesterday suspended tariffs on Mexico and Canada for 1 month, saying it will help American automakers and farmers. ABC's Perry Russum is in Washington.
President Trump, in an interview with the Fox Business Channel, says there could be even more volatility as he imposes tariffs on other countries.
Tariffs could go up as time goes by, and they may go up.
Trump in the Oval Office yesterday says his short-term deal to give Mexico and Canada a 1-month break on tariffs has nothing to do with the stock market, even as his chaotic tariff rollout caused the stock market to tumble yesterday, with the Dow dropping 427 points.
I'm not even looking at the market because long-term, the United States will be very strong with what's happening here.
Trump says he made the decision out of respect for Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum. The 1-month break is only a short-term deal, set to expire April 2nd, when Trump will announce reciprocal tariffs on other countries.
April 2nd is going to be a very big day for America.
Trump targeting tariffs on Canada, Mexico, and China, blaming all three countries for the fentanyl crisis in the U.S. The tariffs on China remain in force. China's foreign minister today says no responsible major country should impose what he calls arbitrary tariffs. U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says tariffs help re-examine international economic relations that do not work for the American people.
The American dream is rooted in the concept that any citizen can achieve prosperity, upward mobility, and economic security. For too long, the designers of multilateral trade deals have lost sight of this.
Trump does acknowledge the tariffs will affect American consumers. Experts say Americans will likely have to spend more on everything from clothes to food. Trump calls them short-term interruptions. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
And despite the temporary pause, Canada's tariffs on U.S. goods remain in place. And starting Monday, several Canadian government officials say 3 states could also face tariffs on electricity. Louisville's Brown-Forman, the maker of Jack Daniel's, says the decision by some Canadian provinces to take American-made liquor off their store shelves is worse than the tariffs. The distiller called the removal of its drink a disproportionate response. Despite this, the company says it's confident its yearly projections will remain unchanged, since Canada accounts for around 1% of sales. More local news here at noon. An LMPD officer is recovering after a driver in a stolen truck crashed into him. It happened just before 2 o'clock yesterday in the Park Hill neighborhood at Hill and McCloskey Avenue. Police said the officer was on duty in an unmarked car when a driver in a stolen truck ran a red light and crashed into him. The officer was seriously injured. The truck driver also hurt. Both were taken to the hospital for treatment. Charges for the driver of the truck driver are coming out today. Well, the annual effort to level out Louisville streets is once again underway. This year's pothole blitz follows the severe winter weather we saw both in January and February. City leaders said the numbers are higher than usual this year. Mayor Craig Greenberg said you can expect to see dozens of workers repairing city streets.
Right now we have a total of 7 5-person teams spread out across our city that are working on filling potholes. That means every day there are 35 people out on the streets of Louisville working to fill these potholes every day, weather permitting.
To report a pothole, just call 311 or fill out a form by heading to louisvilleky.gov. He said, weather permitting, Mallory, and we are hoping that does not have to be the case at all in the near future.
Right. We have pretty good weather through the 7-day forecast. We're going to have a quiet stretch here, not tracking any kind of snow, though we did have a few flurries on the radar this morning. But temperatures, they're on the rise, especially next week. Right now, we're sitting at 50 degrees at the Louisville International Airport, upper 40s at Bowman Field. Winds are coming in from the south-southeast around 16 miles per hour, so that will give us a bit of a wind chill in some spots. But that's also ushering in that milder air. You can see that 24-hour temperature change map showing us running anywhere between about 10 to 15 degrees milder compared to yesterday. That's even with all this cloud cover that we do have over us. Basically, we have a warm front that's lifting throughout the course of the day today, bringing those 50s back into the forecast. We are seeing a few peaks of sunshine out there, some thinning of the clouds at times. We've had a lot of activity on the radar, but dry air at the surface has really allowed a lot of that to evaporate before it reaches the ground. Here's a big picture closer view of the weather system. You can see moving throughout Omaha, throughout Iowa, Illinois as well. This will continue to swing through our region throughout the course of the day and into tonight. And that will bring us a chance for some light rain later on this evening and tonight. Otherwise, your hourly planner on this Friday, we're expecting mostly cloudy skies, temperatures above normal in the mid to upper 50s this afternoon. That rain moves in tonight with overnight lows dipping down to the 30s and 40s. The good news is this rain moves out by about sunrise. Tomorrow, we're tracking drier conditions for the weekend. A very nice warm up on the way next week. We'll take a full look at our 7-day forecast coming up shortly.
The 16th annual Norton Children's Radiothon is happening right now. Local radio stations are sharing the stories of patients and their families hoping to raise funds for new equipment and hospital renovations. The money would also help develop research to help find a cure for childhood diseases. Ben Davis and Kelly Kay, the radio host for the 99.7 WDJX Ben and Kelly Show, spoke to us about the importance of this event.
We really get to know a lot of the people that walk through these walls.
And we actually keep up with these kids. It's amazing where we first shared their story like years ago. And for example, Hazel was here this morning. We shared her story when she was 2.5. She's a first grader now with cystic fibrosis, cheering competitively, did a triathlon. Yeah. It's amazing to see these kids grow, and that's what Radiothon's all about. They fix kids, they make their lives better so they can go on and thrive.
To take a look at the ways you can contribute there, just look at the bottom of your screen. You can donate by calling 888-499-KIDS or text the word balloon to 51555. Simmons College of Kentucky is expanding. Today, the college and the Archdiocese of Louisville announced a partnership gifting a West Louisville church property to Simmons. The Christ King Parish on 44th Street will now be used for educational purposes. Representatives from Simmons said the addition will allow the college to expand academic programs, attract more students, and invest in resources for workforce development. Meanwhile, U of L's manufacturing program just secured $8 million in state funding. The program provides training and development for small and medium-sized manufacturing business in Kentucky by connecting them with industry experts and seasoned professionals. According to U of L, Kentucky is home to more than 4,000 manufacturing firms ranging from food to automation.